So this is Hannah.
Hi.
And Hannah, I am making a company, and it is about individual wine, so people can personalize their own wine.
Oh, intriguing.
Put different like fruits and like put different undertones in it. And then also you can create your own label to make it personalized. You can give it as gifts. So Hannah, what do you think about this company, and who do you think that it would attract market-wise?
That's a good question. Well, most likely, like, probably wines for, like, you know, a very, like, classy, like, older generation. So most likely, like, parents, like, people who can drink, like, over 21-year-olds. Obviously not me. And just,
How old
like,
are you?
19.
Okay.
So all this is hypothetical. So, like, most people would probably drink, like, morely, like, most women, probably.
Have you tried wine?
No. Maybe. Hypothetically.
What wine? If you hypothetically tried wine, which wine would you like?
My parents hypothetically handed me, you know, wine. I would probably choose white wine just because it's, like, very sweet, and I don't like red. It's, like, very bitter and gross.
Well, there are really bitter white wines, fun fact.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'd
So,
probably
like,
go for, like, a nice Moscato,
love
you know?
Moscato, the best.
Yeah.
So if I was making this company, which I am,
Okay.
hypothetically, and you could pick which fruits to put in the wine, which would you put? And it'd be white, correct?
Right. I would probably put, like, strawberries, perhaps some grapes. I don't know if you... Oh, well, no, wait.
You can put extra grapes. Okay.
Okay. Probably strawberries. Don't like cherries. Just kind of like anything...
Sweet.
Yeah, like oranges, maybe like, some apples. Kind of like
Okay.
the stuff you put in, like, sangria.
Yum.
You know? And then, like,
Sweet
that way
things.
people would, like, enjoy. It would make it even better if you put, like, you know, like, the remains of, like, the fruit in the wine.
Oh, pretty. It would look so...
Oh.
That's not a bad... You know,
Perfect. It's
first,
so good.
First person that brings it up. Pretty good idea.
Oh, wow.
And like a cherry, you can like eat it after
Yes,
at the
it's
bottom.
yes, it would be really good.
How much would you price this bottle of wine if you received it as a gift or just saw it in a store?
See, like, that depends on if you get the, like, fruits and this stuff from, like, foreign countries, or if you get it from, like, you know, like, the Napa Valley or something.
What if you just saw it, you saw like you got to create it and you got to make your own label? How much would you put a price on that, regardless of where the fruits came from?
If people were gonna buy it, no matter what the price was, then I'd probably make it, like, $30.
Do you see it as like an upscale product?
Yeah. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yes?
Yes.
So if you could create your own label, what would you put on the label?
I'd probably put, because I'm, like, really big into, like, science and probably, like, pretty things, so I'd probably do, like, I'd, like, probably call it, like, H squared wine, because...
Why H squared?
My friend's name is H squared, and she'd probably help me on this, because, like, she's very good with, like, colors and,
Is
like,
that your friend?
schemes. Yeah. So, we'd probably, like, do something very, like, you know, nice, like, pink colors. I feel like it'd attract more of kind of, like, the female side.
So if you went to a store and you saw like I showed the other Hannah, if you saw this bottle,
Yes.
and like you know this bottle, you've seen it before,
Yes.
and you saw like a beautiful bottle, but you know how this tastes, it's sweet, you like it, but you see like the bottle I'm making and the label's beautiful, it's like a pretty color, but you have no idea how it tastes. Which would you go for?
That's, like, a hard question. I'd probably go just because a lot of people are attracted to, like, what looks pretty. And so I'd probably go with, like, the pricier one that, like, looks attractive.
Me too, understandable.
Because you'd think, like, the wine inside would, like, taste better.
Right.
It's like marketing, so I feel like that'd probably be, like, a good idea.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Why do you think this idea would do well in the business? Like, what do you think is missing in this industry that my wine company would help with?
Maybe if you, like, because you want, like, wine to stand out, because there's, like, so many different types out there.
Right.
So probably just, like, doing different things. So, like, you know how, like, certain, like, scientists play with, like, creating food, but, like, in a scientific way with, like, what's that ice that, like, smokes?
Dry ice.
Yeah, so, like, kind of creating it, like, your wine in, like, a cool way that maybe, like, the flavors, like, change, like, after, like, you know, like, there's, like, a different aftertaste.
That'd be cool.
Or,
changes colors.
Yeah. Or, like, maybe, like, the fruits, like, dissolve in your mouth or something. So
Good
kind of
ideas.
just, like, a cool way.
I like these ideas.
Yeah.
Do you see this company being more of like a brick and mortar, like in-person store, or like an online, like e-commerce store?
If you could, if you could try the wine, I'd probably say, like, in person, but it would attract, like, more people from, like, all around the world if it was online. So it's probably, like, both, but more likely, like, in person, because, like, you can see it and, like,
How do you think you would, like, hear about it? Like, would your friends tell you online? If you walked by like say you were in a mall, like an upscale mall, and you walked by and saw a store that was like customizable wines, would you go in if you were 21?
If I was 21, probably, yes. But my mom would probably, she's like the wine shopper. So like she would go in, you know, like the wine like testing stores where they had like some cheese.
Like total wine and stuff?
Yeah.
So why do you think this would also be good for like the older generation? Like, do you think they haven't found their perfect wine yet?
Yes. Yeah. They're just like, I've seen like my mom and my dad and like with certain wines, and I feel like they're unsatisfied. Like there's a wine waiting out them, like a soulmate, like waiting out there, like somewhere for them to find it, and you know, it's coming. So I feel like it's just, you know.
What kind of flavors like does your mom like in her wine? Like fruity, dry? What do you think she would drink?
She kind of likes more of like, it's more of like I don't know if there's like a mellow flavor. It's like in between like bitter and sweet.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's mild.
Yeah, and she likes drinking the stuff that you pour with, like you have with like chocolates, or like I think it's like red wine. She enjoys, like my parents like bitter things.
So who do you think, if you were 21, who would you gift this to and why?
Probably my friend Emily, because she really enjoys wine. I'd probably give it to like my mom because she like would enjoy like a new like taste, like something kind of just like a new experience. Probably just like any of my like siblings. It'd be even like kind of cool to see like my brother and my dad like in their like what their, you know, experiences with it.
Why do you think the labeling is a good idea? Like, what does it add to the experience?
The labeling provides kind of like your eye sees like the outside first. So if it's like attractive, it'll like draw you in
Good
more.
way. Yeah.
So if it like looks good, but you kind of have to also think like who you're marketing it for. So if it's like for more like the females, you kind of want to make it like more girly. But if it's like you want to attract it for both males and females, then you have to kind of think of like a gender
neutral.
Gender neutral.
Do you think of it as like it's also like very personable? Like, what if they don't like the wine but they see the bottle? Like, does that still add something?
I feel like it does. Like, if they don't like
you picked
the
it
wine,
out.
yeah, like it's still like they'd still drink it just because like I gave it to them,
right?
So like they would still like enjoy it because it's like something new.
So say you spend, hypothetically, you spent like $40 on my bottle and $30 on another bottle. Do you think that even if they weren't like lovers of wine, they would get more excited because it's like, oh my god, Hannah made this for me.
Yeah.
Like took the time out.
Yeah, because it becomes like
label.
It kind of becomes like personal.
Right.
So it's like if it's a gift, you don't just like, you know, keep it aside. Like you're gonna like drink it, enjoy it, and just kind of like be happy with like, oh, you know, my, you know, little sister got this for me, or like my mom got this for me. You're like, it's like better when it's like given by somebody you care about.
If you walked into a store, do you think it'd just be me working, or would it have like other people with me, or just like me and a machine? Like, how do you see it in your mind?
I feel like if you were just kind of like for like Trader Joe's or something, you'd be like that person who's like supervising like the person who like does like the little taste testing. It's like pours it in, because I feel like that's a very big aspect in order for you to like the wine and know that you like it. It's like have them like taste test it, and if it's like really interesting enough and like the name is cool enough, H squared. Then
throw it in there.
Yeah. Then like people would be like intrigued to try it.
Do you think that if this business goes well, I should expand and do like different flavors of like beer?
Yes, that'd be really cool, because
different alcohols?
a lot of females, at least like some that I know, like don't like beer because just like first off, there's the calorie count.
Yeah.
And then you get like the beer
gives you a stomach ache.
Exactly.
It's all wheat.
And it's like doesn't taste good. Like the girls like go for like the fruity stuff. Like
right.
They need like the fruity stuff. So I feel like if you were to make kind of like an apple cider like beer or something like that.
That's not a bad idea.
You know, and like play with the flavors.
But maybe I should like start with the girls first, the wine, and then maybe later down the road I can like experiment with the guys and the beer.
Yeah, so like you kind of have to know like what girls like. So maybe you can do like little like polls on like what certain girls like.
It's not a bad idea.
And then once you kind of have like that down, then you can like try the men and like see what they like.
So do you think if I had like one day where I like called everyone to sample these wines to make like prototypes, do you think that people would be interested in that?
I think so. If you kind of like said, I mean, people like they're getting free wine,
right?
So like most people would like, you could advertise maybe particularly like college kids, because I'm sure like they would enjoy free alcohol.
Everyone.
Yeah.
How do you feel about like promo codes or like promotions? Like maybe one day I have like buy two get one free.
Ooh, that's so good. Oh my gosh, free. It's
but you still buy two. People be interested in that?
Yes, I would so be interested in that, because you're still saving money.
I agree.
Fantastic. I love it.
Last question. If you could have the perfect wine right in front of you, the perfect label, H squared, what would it have on it? Animals, peace sign, treat, pick. Design it for me right now.
It'd probably say like H squared.
Okay.
Maybe like in parentheses like dabbers.
Do it.
Just because like it just depends on like maybe you could have like different bottles for like different age groups.
Okay.
So like dabbing, like yeah.
That's like for like 19-year-olds,
yeah, exactly.
new
That's
generation.
like college kids, yes.
Okay.
But maybe like for the older
I personally don't
generation.
dab, but
Okay. It's just a movement. You gotta get into it.
Right.
But like the older generation, I feel like they would go for more like classy, you know,
Rose.
Like pearls, roses.
Pearls.
Yes, like nice like colors like pinks and reds. Yeah. So probably like that.
Hannah, thank you for your interview.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye.